Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because the silence is officially over. After weeks of chaos, heartbreak, and online war, Lil Durk's legal team has finally fired back at the massive $8 million lawsuit filed by Kingvon's mom, and their response is shaking the entire rap industry. This isn't a calm press release or a polite legal statement. It's a declaration of war. Word for word, the team said, "We're ready for war." Social media is losing its mind. Screenshots of the lawyer's email, alleged leaked phone calls, and courtroom whispers are everywhere. Some fans are calling Durk cold-blooded, accusing him of trying to bury a grieving mother under paperwork. Others say this is the moment he finally fights back, the moment he clears his name once and for all. But here's the twist no one saw coming. Durk's lawyers claim to have evidence, real, documented proof, that could flip this entire story upside down. Now everyone's watching, everyone's speculating, and everyone's asking the same question. If Durk's team really has the receipts, what happens when they use them? Because this isn't just a lawsuit anymore. It's turning into hip-hop's most dangerous legal showdown. Stay locked in. The moment the statement dropped, it was like the internet froze for 5 seconds and then exploded all over again. The document wasn't a quiet no comment or a denial buried under legal terms. No, it was a full-blown public strike. Lil Durk's legal team, representing him through a Chicago-based firm that's handled high-profile cases before, released a bold declaration. "We will not be intimidated, we will not be silenced, and we are ready for war." That one line changed the entire tone of the case. It wasn't just a defense anymore, it was a warning. And just like that, the courtroom battle between Kingvon's mom and Lil Durk turned into the biggest legal drama hip-hop has seen in years. Fans immediately began dissecting every sentence of that letter. The legal team didn't name Tasha directly, but they called the lawsuit a malicious attempt to distort the truth through emotional manipulation. They said the entire case was built on selective storytelling and unverified online evidence. In short, they were accusing Von's mom of turning grief into a weapon. That line hit like a punch to the gut. The internet didn't know what to do with it. Some fans were disgusted. Others nodded and said, "Finally, Durk is fighting back." But behind closed doors, insiders said Tasha took it personally. A friend close to her told one blog, she read that statement and started crying. She said, "They're trying to make me the villain for missing my son." And that's where things got messier. Because the legal team didn't just stop at words, they attached documents. Attached to that press release were allegedly several internal financial records claiming that Durk had sent money to Von's family multiple times since his death, payments labeled as support transfers and royalty adjustments. To the untrained eye, they looked like proof that Durk had been helping all along. But to the fans who've been following this drama since day one, it looked like damage control. Social media went wild. Screenshots of those records went viral in minutes. People zoomed in, questioning every detail. One fan tweeted, "If he really paid her, why wait till the lawsuit?" Another said, "They are trying too hard to look innocent." Even worse, some claimed the documents were fake, photoshopped, with mismatched fonts and formatting. Meanwhile, Durk's attorney, a man named Matthew Rice, spoke to a reporter outside Cook County Court. His exact words, "My client has been vilified unfairly. This is not about sympathy or fame. It's about facts." When asked about the emotional fallout, he added, "We respect Mrs. Bennett's grief, but grief cannot rewrite contracts." That quote hit every gossip blog within hours. Grief cannot rewrite contracts. People started repeating it online, half mocking, half agreeing. Even rival rappers chimed in. One Atlanta artist wrote on X, "He's right though. Business is business." Another fired back, "If that was your brother, you wouldn't be saying that." But here's where the twist came in. Because later that same day, a journalist from an independent outlet claimed they had leaked audio from a phone conversation between Tasha and one of her lawyers. In the clip, a woman's voice, supposedly Tasha's, could be heard saying, "If they got proof, then let them show it. I know what my son told me before he died." That one sentence sent shivers across the fandom. People started connecting dots again, wondering what exactly Von had said to his mother before he passed. Some said he warned her about business deals. Others believed he predicted betrayal. Lil Durk, meanwhile, remained silent publicly. But his camp was moving like a chessboard behind the scenes. Sources close to OTF told Candidly Cassie that Durk's team had collected their own evidence, screenshots, contracts, and even voice messages, ready to use if the case went to trial. One insider said, "They've been keeping receipts for years. They knew something like this was gonna come." In Chicago's South Side, the tension was palpable. OTF fans were defending Durk, while old friends of Von were turning on him. Even DJs started picking sides. One club in Atlanta reportedly stopped playing Durk's latest single after fans booed during the intro. The divide wasn't just online anymore, it was in the streets. That night, Tasha went live again, visibly exhausted. Her voice cracked, but her words were clear. "They got lawyers. I got pain," she said. "You can't cross a mother and expect her to shut up." The video racked up over 3 million views in a single day. People called her brave. Others said she was being manipulated by the internet. But no matter what anyone thought, her message hit deep. By midnight, a new rumor started spreading, that Durk's lawyers were preparing a counterclaim. Allegedly, they were going to sue her back for defamation and intentional damage to brand reputation. The number being whispered? $5 million. Nobody could confirm it, but that didn't matter. The narrative had already caught fire. Every YouTube commentator jumped in. "If this is true," one said, "Durk ain't playing no more." Another host added, "This ain't just about money. This is about revenge." And that's exactly where the first court hearing announcement came in. The official date. Cook County Circuit Court, next month. The internet went into countdown mode. Both sides were gearing up. Both had legal firepower, and both were ready to make this personal. Because for Lil Durk, this was about defending his name. But for Kingvon's mom, it was about defending her son's soul. And when those two motives collide, money versus memory, someone's truth always gets buried. The morning after the court date announcement, you could feel the tension pulsing through social media like electricity. Every major gossip page had the same headline plastered across its feed. Lil Durk versus Kingvon's mom, court showdown confirmed. Comments were flying faster than the news itself. Fans weren't just curious anymore. They were invested. Outside the Cook County courthouse, local reporters were already camping out, hoping to catch a glimpse of either side. No one expected to see Lil Durk himself there. He was still on a restricted appearance order. But rumors said he'd sent his entire legal squad to represent him in person. And that's exactly what happened. When the sleek black SUVs pulled up, cameras started flashing. Out stepped Matthew Rice, Durk's lead attorney, flanked by two assistants carrying thick folders labeled evidence. They didn't speak a word to reporters, but Rice gave a cold nod before walking into the building. Moments later, Tasha, escorted by her lawyer Monica Reeves, arrived through the opposite side. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't crying, just focused. Dressed in all black, sunglasses on, she looked like a woman preparing for war. The hearing was closed to the public, but of course, that didn't stop leaks. Within hours, alleged courtroom whispers started appearing online. Someone posted on Reddit, Durk's team came with receipts. They showed contracts, old text messages, and payments. Others claimed that the atmosphere inside was ice cold, with Tasha refusing to look in the direction of Durk's legal team. But the real explosion came when a gossip blog called Street Watch Chicago dropped what they called courtroom notes. In those notes was a shocking statement allegedly made by Durk's lawyer. Our client made every effort to support the Bennett family financially and emotionally after Von's passing. However, this lawsuit is driven by misinformation and third-party influence. Third-party influence. Those two words blew the case wide open. People immediately started speculating who that third party could be. Some said it was a former OTF associate trying to stir drama. Others pointed fingers at rival rappers from Atlanta, or even old industry enemies who had a grudge against Durk. One YouTuber went live saying, "They trying to say somebody inside Von's own camp pushed her into this to take Durk down." It sounded insane, but that's the thing about the internet. The wilder it gets, the more people believe it. Meanwhile, Tasha's lawyer, Monica Reeves, walked out of court looking furious. When reporters shouted questions, she stopped, turned and said, "If they think they can intimidate a grieving mother with documents, they better prepare for what's coming next." That clip went viral instantly. Fans cheered her on, calling her the voice of the voiceless. Hours later, that same lawyer posted a cryptic message on X. "If they want evidence, we'll give them evidence." Next week, the truth drops. The internet didn't sleep that night. Next week became the phrase of the hour. Memes, countdowns, conspiracy threads. Everyone was waiting for the big drop. Some said it was new proof linking Durk to Von's royalties. Others claimed it was something darker, something personal. Then, just 2 days later, Say Cheese TV released an exclusive clip, allegedly from someone inside Von's family circle. The man in the video, voice distorted, said, "They think this about money, but it's not. It's about how they used Von's name after he died. Shows, merch, interviews, all for profit." The video racked up 2 million views in less than 12 hours. Fans flooded comment sections with fire emojis and anger. "They are really making millions off Von's name," one wrote. Another said, "If this is true, Durk better settle before it gets worse." Lil Durk's side didn't stay quiet for long. That same night, a new statement was released from his PR rep, calling the video a disgusting smear campaign fueled by fabricated evidence and manipulated audio. But the damage was already done. Every denial only seemed to make fans more suspicious. Then came the next big twist. A leaked email thread surfaced online, allegedly between Durk's management and a major streaming service. The email showed a discussion about rebranding tribute tracks and adjusting metadata for Von-related projects. If real, it meant that profits from certain songs were being redirected without clear family consent. The hashtag #JockerMetadataGate trended within hours. Tisha's cousin went live soon after, visibly emotional. "They said they loved Von," she said, "but love doesn't come with paperwork. My aunt ain't crazy. She's just tired of seeing people get rich off her son's name." At this point, even other rappers started backing away from the drama. Collaborators who used to post Durk quotes and OTF hashtags suddenly went quiet. One industry source said, "Nobody want to get caught in a crossfire. This case is getting ugly." But the real storm hit when Monica Reeves announced on live television that she was submitting a new batch of unreleased documents to the court. "They said my client lied," she said. "So let's see how they explain this." That same night, screenshots from an unknown source appeared online showing what looked like internal payment breakdowns for Von's unreleased catalog, with names, dates, and payment percentages. One column was labeled OTF Management 42%. Even if the numbers weren't verified, they were enough to make people furious. Fans filled Durk's comment section with accusations. "You used him. How could you do this to his family? You were supposed to be his brother." And as the noise grew louder, another development blindsided everyone. A rumor that Durk's lawyers were preparing to subpoena Tasha's social media accounts and private messages, claiming she had encouraged defamation. When reporters asked her about it, she simply replied, "Let them dig. The truth already buried them." That quote became the headline everywhere. The truth already buried them. By this point, even news outlets outside hip-hop were covering the case. CNN Entertainment ran a short feature calling it a modern collision of grief, fame and power in the rap world. But as the media circus grew, a chilling message surfaced from an anonymous account. "Court ain't where this ends. Somebody's about to leak the full phone call." The internet froze. Everyone knew what that meant. That infamous Lil Durk jail call that Tasha had allegedly kept locked away. And just like that, the lawsuit wasn't just about money anymore. It was about secrets, the kind of secrets that could shatter everything. The internet was silent for exactly 7 minutes. Then chaos hit like a storm. A mysterious account with no followers, no posts, and a single profile picture of Kingvon went live on X and posted just 3 words, "Play the tape." Within minutes, links started circulating. Short audio clips allegedly from the leaked jail call everyone had been whispering about for months. The file was titled Full Truth Von Durk Call.mp3. It wasn't on YouTube, it wasn't on SoundCloud, it was passed around through private DMs, Telegram groups, and Reddit threads like contraband. and once it reached TikTok, there was no stopping it. The audio began with a deep, static-filled silence. Then a voice, unmistakably Lil Durk's, said, "I told him to stay home that night. I told him, but he didn't listen." Fans instantly recognized the tone, the cadence. The voice was heavy, cracking, like someone trying not to break down. Then, another line that nobody saw coming. "I still see his face when I close my eyes." The reaction was nuclear. Fans were crying, arguing, and accusing at the same time. Some said it was proof of guilt. Others said it was grief, not confession. "He didn't admit anything," one fan wrote. "He's just haunted by what happened." But another comment with hundreds of thousands of likes hit harder. Haunted or guilty, either way, that call ain't normal. Within hours, hashtags like Lil Durk tape and Ashvan Callful was trending in multiple countries. News outlets scrambled to verify the clip, but by the time they tried, it had already racked up millions of listens across every platform. Lil Durk's team immediately issued a cease and desist statement calling the audio fabricated and warning that unauthorized dissemination of manipulated media would lead to lawsuits. But the damage was done. Public opinion had already turned. For every denial his team posted, there were 10 emotional posts from fans replaying the same 15 seconds of audio over and over. TikTok creators broke down the waveform. YouTubers compared background noises to actual recordings from the jail. Some swore they could hear a female operator's voice faintly saying, "You have 1 minute remaining," confirming it was an authentic jail call. Meanwhile, Tasha stayed silent. For the first time since the case began, she didn't post, didn't go live, didn't say a word. But her lawyer, Monica Reeves, released a statement that made everything worse. The audio speaks for itself. That one sentence hit the industry like a bullet. Inside Durk's camp, things reportedly imploded. A source close to OTF told a blogger he's done talking. He's tired, he's angry, and he feels betrayed by people he trusted. The source also claimed the call wasn't from recent times, that it was an old emotional moment taken out of context. But even if that was true, the internet doesn't provide context. It only makes headlines. Kingvon's mom finally broke her silence 3 days later. She went live late at night, tears in her eyes, her voice trembling. "I didn't want it to go this far," she said. "But God doesn't like ugly. I begged them to stop using my son's name. I begged them to do it right. They didn't listen." Now look at what happened. Her words hit like thunder. Every outlet picked up her clip within hours. Say Cheese TV ran it with the caption, "Von's mom finally speaks after full call leak. God don't like ugly." Candidly, Cassie called it the breaking point of a mother's patience. Meanwhile, legal analysts began speculating that the leaked call could affect the pending lawsuit. One Chicago attorney said on a live stream, if authenticated, this tape could heavily influence the emotional tone of the case, not legally, but publicly. Juries are human. They hear pain. They react. Then came the final twist, one that nobody could have predicted. A week after the leak, court documents were updated. The $8 million lawsuit had been temporarily withdrawn pending private mediation. Nobody knew what that meant at first, but a local reporter revealed that Lil Durk's team and Tasha's attorneys had agreed to meet privately, without cameras, to negotiate a potential settlement. The meeting reportedly lasted over 4 hours. No details were made public, but an anonymous insider claimed that both sides cried. She just wanted peace, the insider said, and he wanted closure. The following day, Lil Durk posted a photo on Instagram. No caption, just a white dove emoji and a picture of Kingvon's mural. It was his first post in weeks. Fans filled the comments with mixed emotions, some forgiving, some angry, some just heartbroken. And then, finally, Tasha posted one last update. A simple quote card with the words, "I forgive you, but forgiveness doesn't erase the truth." That post broke the internet one last time. It wasn't rage anymore. It was finality. The rap world collectively went quiet. You could feel it, the fatigue, the sorrow, the realization that no matter who was right or wrong, something sacred had been lost forever. The lawsuit might have been about money, but the war was about legacy. Lil Durk was fighting for his name. Kingvon's mom was fighting for her son's memory. And somewhere between the courtroom papers and the leaked phone calls, the line between truth and emotion, completely disappeared. Today, the official court records remain sealed. No one knows what deal was made, what apology was exchanged, or what truths were finally admitted behind closed doors. But one thing is certain, the damage is permanent. The fans may move on, the headlines may fade, but that phone call will echo in hip-hop forever. Because this wasn't just a legal fight. It was a reminder that fame doesn't heal grief, it only makes it louder. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where this storm finally settles, at least for now. The lawsuit may be off the table, but the pain, the betrayal, and the truth still hang heavy in the air. Lil Durk may have fought to clear his name, but the internet isn't letting go. And Kingvon's mom, despite finding a moment of peace, still stands as a symbol of a mother who refused to be silenced. But what about you? After hearing everything, the leaked calls, the courtroom tension, the private meeting, whose side are you really on? Was this closure or a cover-up? Was it justice or just another story buried under fame and PR? Drop your thoughts down below, because this is one debate the streets will never stop talking about. Make sure you hit like. If you've been following this wild journey from the start, tap subscribe and turn on notifications, because what's coming next might change everything we thought we knew about this case. The drama isn't over, it's only getting deeper. This is Spillora, where the streets talk, the truth burns slow, and the story never sleeps.